Right, so here we have our distinct, non-repeating denominator. Okay, so we don't have to apply it to this one, but we do have to apply it to that one. So even though we divided, it kind of led us into another set of steps. Okay, so we don't need that one. That one stays the same. So our x plus 3 over x times 2x minus 1, bless you, can actually equal a over x plus b over 2x minus 1. Okay. So just like before, we want to get our common denominators. Okay, which means we are at x plus 3 over x times 2x minus 1 equals, I'll give it a little bit of space, multiply this one by 2x minus 1 over 2x minus 1, and multiply this one by x over x. Okay, so all of the denominators would cancel each other out. So you're left with x plus 3 equals a times 2x minus 1 plus b times x. All right, so just like before, we're going to use our strategic substitution. We'll let x equal 0. Okay, so when x is equal to 0, that gives us 0 plus 3 equals a times 2 times 0 minus 1 plus b times 0. Okay, so b times 0, that disappears. So we have 3 equal 2 times 0 is 0. So you have negative a, or negative 1a. Okay. That means that a is equal to negative 3. Uh-oh. And we'll continue on the next page. Leave that up for a little bit. All right. Okay, let me write down what I need here. So continued. So we'll let x equal 1/2 to get rid of our 2x plus 2x minus 1. So if we let x equal 1/2, we end up with 1/2 plus 3 equals a times 2x, 2 times 1/2, minus 1 plus b times 1/2. Okay, so 2 times 1/2 is 1. That cancels out. So 1/2 plus 3 will make that 6/2. So that gives us 7/2 equals 1/2 times b. Multiply both sides by 2. You end up with b equals 7. Okay, so we have a equals -3 and b equals 7. Since it's on another page, I'll just write a equals -3. Okay, so that gives us, instead of the integral from 1 to 2 of 2x squared plus 3 over 2x squared minus x dx, that gives us the integral from 1 to 2. Don't forget that 1 that was there. 1 plus x plus 3 over x times 2x minus 1 becomes a over x, so that's -3 over x, plus b over 2x minus 1, and our b is 7, so that's 7 over 2x minus 1 with respect to x. Okay, so this one would just be natural log, but this one's the only one we have to use u substitution for. Okay, so u equals 2x minus 1. So our du would be 2 dx. So our dx is du over 2. Uh-oh. Equal sign probably would help there. Okay, so that would equal the integral from 1 to 2 of, let's see, that because we're already integrating, don't need the integral sign. So that would be x plus, if we brought that -3 down, make that -3, times natural log of x, plus, if we bring that 7 down, that would be du over 2, so that makes that 7/2, du over u, which is 7/2 natural log of 2x minus 1, not plus c because we have to go from 1 to 2. Okay, so now we plug in our values. So you have 2 minus 3, natural log of 2, well, I don't need absolute value for that one, plus 7/2, natural log of 2 times 2 is 4, minus 1 is 3, minus, plug in our 1, minus 3, natural log of 1, plus 7/2, natural log of 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay. So we know natural log of 1 is 0, so we can actually get rid of those two. Okay, so we end up with 2 minus 3 natural log of 2 plus 7/2 natural log of 3 minus 1, and that's it over there. So really, once we combine those two, we're all done. So 2 minus 1 is just 1. So 1 minus 3 natural log of 2 plus 7/2 natural log of 3. And if they ask for a decimal answer in the homework, plug that into a calculator and you end up with 2.7657, give or take. depending on the number of decimal places they want. All right, so any questions on that one? All right, leave that up for a few. Okay, looks like everyone's done here. Okay, so let's say, for example, I wanted to evaluate excuse me, x squared minus 4 over x squared plus 10x minus 11. Okay, and I'll give you a couple of minutes to start on this one. Yep, and actually that could be simplified. It just looks really, really big.
Oh, yeah, it can be factored by 3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, everything else is right on target.
So this should turn into...
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so let's start on this one. Okay. So the first thing you have to do is just divide, since it's an improper fraction. Okay. So x squared plus 0x minus 4 divided by x squared plus 10x. Oh, move that over a little bit. Minus 11. Okay, so we want to get rid of our x squared. Multiply by 1. 1 times x squared is x squared. 1 times 10x is 10x. 1 times negative 11 is negative 11. And we subtract. X squared minus x squared is 0, so that disappeared. 0 minus 10x is negative 10x. And negative 4 plus 11 is plus 7. So that means the integral of x squared minus 4 over x squared plus 10x minus 11 with respect to x actually just becomes the integral of 1 plus negative 10x plus 7 over x squared plus 10x minus 11. With respect to x. Okay, so just like before, you're going to have to use the a plus b over this value. So we know that this is x plus 11, why I'm saying x plus 10. X minus 1. So if you have 10x plus 7 over x plus 11 times x minus 1, clean that up a little bit, that actually equals a over x plus 11 plus b over x minus 1. Oh, don't really need this arrow here. Okay, so now we get our common denominators. Okay, so that's going to equal negative 10x plus 7 over x plus 1, x plus 11, x minus 1. Equals, give it a little bit of room, a over x plus 11, b over x minus 1. Multiply this by x minus 1 over x minus 1. Multiply this one by x plus 11 over x plus 11. Okay, so if we multiply it across by the least common denominator, or by the common denominator at this point, all those would disappear. So we'll be left with negative 10x plus 7 equals a times x minus 1 plus b times x plus 11. Okay. So again, using strategic substitution. We'll let x equal 1. Okay, so when x is equal to 1, that actually gives us negative 10 times 1 plus 7 equals a times 1 minus 1 plus b times 1 plus 11. Okay, so this gives us negative 10 plus 7 is negative 3. That disappears. So negative 3 equals 12b. Divide both sides by 12. You get b equals negative 3 over 12, which is negative 1/4. Okay, we should have enough room to solve for a. What if we let x equal negative 11? Okay, so that gives us negative 10 times negative 11 plus 7 equals a times negative 11 minus 1 plus b times negative 11 plus 11. Okay. So this term just disappears. So that leaves us with negative 110 and 7, negative 117 equals negative 12a. So that gives us a equals 117 over 12. Divide both by 3. A is equal to 39 over 4. Oh, actually, this became positive. I don't know why I still put negative there. That should be positive 117. All right, so this should be divided by negative 12. Yep, so this should be negative. All right, we'll continue on the next page. Anyone's still writing? Hmm?
Totally different answers for A and B.
Did you get the same division result?
Oh, I didn't put negative 10x, I just put 10x.
Ah.
That's yeah, like I had everything up and I was like, okay, I'll stop, I'll wait for a second and then I'll catch up. Ah, I got everything wrong.
All right. Oh, it would help if I wrote down where I left off. Okay, so that gives us our a over x plus 11 is negative 39 over 4. And might as well put the integral sign there. 1 over x plus 11 plus, and our b is negative 1/4. Yeah, I'll just leave it up here. And minus 1/4. 1 over x minus 1. Bless you. With respect to x. Okay, so that gives us negative 39 over 4 times natural log of x plus 11 minus 1/4 times the natural log of x minus 1 plus c.
What about the x, I mean the 1 from earlier? When we
Oh,
did
duh. Just seeing if you were paying attention. Okay, which gives us x. I guess you can make that minus. And, yep, that's good enough. That's why I